So, what's the big question? Are we dating?
Yeah. Absolutely. We've been dating
for a long time.
Like the moment we met, I was like, "You want to date?" And she was like, "Yeah, sure, why not? We're already experts on this."
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I have Aiden here.
Hey!
I'm sure you've seen him in a lot of my videos.
What's up, gamers?
We're going to be giving you guys relationship advice because we're experts and we
experts.
know everything
Trained.
about relationships.
Please date us.
Because we've been in
We're single.
a ton of them. Yesterday, I put on my Instagram story a little story asking you guys about your relationships. Tell me your dating stories, relationship status. Are things complicated? Do you like someone who doesn't like you? And so we're just gonna kind of
spill the tea.
Spill the tea. This person says, I broke up with someone 6 months ago and they moved on and all I want is them back.
6 months is a good long while to let things simmer after a relationship has broken off. With all the girls that have broken my heart in my life, I'm constantly in that 6 month period. Like, I'm perpetually living in 6 months. But to be truly honest here, I guess after you've let that sort of marinate for a little while, then maybe
it's best to move on.
Maybe it is, yeah, and maybe you can go and like seek out other people who have similar interests. Like, think about what made you like that person in the first place and see what similar qualities you could like about other people.
And there's a reason that things ended.
Yeah.
Like, so it might be better just to start with someone new. Because it's not like that's the only person you're ever going to like or be in love with. You're going to have other opportunities to like someone, and if there's a reason that you broke things off, then maybe it is better to move on. This is my favorite.
I love this one.
Okay.
I love this.
This one says, I never dated someone, but I feel good. Yeah!
I needed to hear that today.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Honestly, I'm in that situation. I've never actually dated anyone before. At least right now, I feel really good about it because there's just so much drama in relationships.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, you know, and just like to be friends with the people around you. It's like you're able to just enjoy everyone's company. Something you should not feel is feeling like you have to be in a relationship to be happy. Because I've seen some people that are like that, and that really breaks my heart. You're relying on someone else for your own happiness, which should not be the case. Like, you should be able to feel good about yourself, to be happy with your situations, and be able to be friends with lots of different people and not feel like I don't have an identity unless it's connected to someone else. Be your own person, be happy on your own before you go into a relationship, because it becomes like, okay, like my happiness is centered around their happiness. Put yourself first.
Can I say something about this person?
Yeah.
I love this person. Whoever you are, I freaking love you, because you're not just saying that you're feeling good. You're not just understanding the fact that you're happy. You're recognizing it and like putting it out there, saying like you're having perspective. You might think maybe it'd be cool if I had someone else in my life, but you're so independent and you recognize that your happiness can still come through that. And this person's probably taking their time being like figuring themselves out. So whenever the time comes for their relationship, they're already gonna know who they are and they probably won't lose themselves in something that could be temporary.
Yeah.
And so I just love this person. I want to meet this person.
That was great advice, Aiden.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
I do my best. I'm starting to like someone I never looked at in that special way. It sounds like you've known this person for a little while and this is sort of a new emotion to pop up. And that's interesting how that can happen.
You see them in a new light and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
I did not realize that before. How did I not see that?
Like when I was 11, I was very overweight. I was a little tiny guy. And Riley was always like, never mind. But every day I walk into school this year, man, she's like,
oh my god.
You know how it is, so I can relate to this one, as you see.
I was in a relationship with a boy for 6 months, found out he cheated on me with my bestie.
That doesn't sound like a very...
Yeah, that would be a really rough situation.
Very healthy counterpart. Sorry.
So, yeah, that's really sad.
So, when you find out that someone does that, I think maybe any feelings you could still have for that person might be a little diluted by the fact that you're recognizing maybe that's not who I should be with, maybe that's not who I'm meant to be with. If they're going to break that commitment to go behind your back and do something like that, that's not right. And maybe, I don't know what your relationship's like with your bestie on this one, but maybe talk to them about it. But if things aren't healthy there either, maybe that's not a friendship you want to be in either. Yeah. I don't know, that's up to you.
That's a really hard situation because it's both of your best friends going against you. That would be really hard, and I'm really sorry that you had to go through that. But it is like, once that's happened, either you forgive, but then that also will there will be a lot of tension in that relationship with both of them. Just kind of deciding what what's best for you.
Aww.
So
you.
this next person said, I'm sorry, I can't speak. I am happy in
Nope.
sorry. I'm in a happy relationship. Woohoo!
Yes.
I'm so happy for you.
Go team, go.
Yeah, that's really good. That's nice to feel that way out.
That's great.
And feel like you're in a good place with the people you like.
Hope all goes well.
I like someone and I don't know what he's thinking.
Oh.
That's
big
story
questionnaire,
of all girls' lives. Like, it's come to a certain point where you know there's something happening. I think either you could wait for them, but if you don't want to wait for them to say something to say that they like you, then just like come out and say it. It is a hard line because you are like either going to make things awkward a little bit if you know, but I think at the end of the day, if you feel like, especially if they have reciprocated that, either wait for them to say something or just say something.
Right, yeah. It's always important to like reach out and being on that proactive side, right? Like we were just talking about that a little bit ago. And like it's good even if you're not really sure how to start a relationship with that person. It's always good to be on the offensive with a friendship even, because that's always a good sort of platform to create that relationship off of, if anything burgeons from that. So I think that's important, and good luck with everything. You're gonna do great.
You got it.
Great. You got this.
You got it. The next question says, my crush rejected me. He just wants to be friends.
I've been there.
Well, in that situation, I think, yeah, that's hard because you're like, oh, like I liked you. Why can't you like me back?
Mm-hmm.
But I think just continuing to be friends with someone, and either something's gonna come of that or it's not. Like
right.
you're just gonna like end up staying friends, or you're gonna like go into something more. So I know it's hard when all of your thoughts are taken over by this person. It's difficult to just be like, take a step back and say like, okay, that's not what they want, and I have to respect that too. Changing from I'm trying to like make you like me to like more being just friends, if that's what they want, and then from that I think you have a better chance of like becoming more.
Definitely. Single as heck, but I'm terrible at talking to girls. Laughing my butt off. Hey, ma'am.
Do you like those censorships you put
This
in?
is a Christian channel, but I see your dilemma. I have to say, a few years ago, I was like terrified of not just talking to girls, terrified of talking to anyone. I hated it. I dreaded it. I just wanted to stay inside and not go out. I was afraid to talk to this one right here, and she was my friend. I've never had a crush on her. But still, like, I was afraid of, like, not really afraid, but I didn't really want to talk to many of my friends who I hung out with, because I didn't really have, like, social anxiety. I didn't want to do that. But I started putting myself in circumstances that would let me go out of my comfort zone, right? And to be more social to do that. And in the short term, that was, like, painful for me, but eventually I became more, like, outgoing. I was able to enjoy being more social, right? And so it wasn't just practical, it was also for my enjoyment too. And I think it was healthy for me. And so anytime you can do that, I think that's important. Just walk up to that girl and just start a conversation.
Yeah.
I know, it doesn't even have to be a good conversation. Just compliment something about her. Like one feature. Say like, I really like your shoes today. That's kind of cheap, but hey, you gotta start somewhere, right?
And I think as you do that, like as you strike up conversations, especially if it's not like, if you're not being weird, then like it'll be easier and easier to talk to people. You're practicing it. You're getting more comfortable with the people around you, so.
Definitely. Yeah.
That's our advice.
Good luck,
for
man.
that one.
Good luck. I have a crush on someone, but I'm not sure if they like me back, and I'm too shy to ask them. Unless you really want to, I don't think it's necessary that you completely just ask them if they like you back. I think, again, it's important to spend time with that person and make that connection, but it's not essential that you just rush into it and be like, hey, I really like you, what do you think about that, right? You can express how much you like them through your actions, through what you do, right? The way you talk to them, the things you choose to share with them, some personal things, but not too deep, right? If you're still trying to get to know them.
I'm in love with someone, but currently want to concentrate on my studies and career. But I hope one day he and I will end up together and have a beautiful family. I love him so much.
That's good ambition.
I definitely like feel like I want to concentrate on my studies and career. I've liked people and then it's almost like consumed my entire life. All of my spare moments are like dedicated to talking to them. I mean, in some ways that you're getting to know them better, but in other ways, my entire life is surrounded by this. So make sure you're in the right place to, you know, be in a relationship. The fact that you're in love and you want to get married and have a family together, like that
is awesome. It's good that you're like staying stable, like academically too. So if you did want that to happen, you say you want to have a beautiful family with that person, you're gonna be solid. Like you seem to have an idea of where you want to go with your relationship, and you have that drive with your career right now. So I think that that's a recipe for success right there. Well, kind of complicated. We both like each other, but he doesn't do relationships. I think relationships are important whenever you want it, whenever you both have like that romantic interest in each other, but it's not going to be necessary every time, right? I think there's something fun about being like flirty with each other and enjoying each other's company in that maybe romantic way and friendly way, while at the same time keeping your options open.
In my family, we usually start dating at 16,
with 5 bodyguards around them.
So before I was 16, when I'd like people, it was kind of like that. It was like, I like you and you like me, but I can't date till I'm 16, so like...
Sounds like a Barney song.
So it was kind of like what you were talking about, like you're just gonna have fun with them. In some ways that's more fun than being in a relationship, I think. Just to like each other. I talked to a guy and hugged him every day for 2 weeks, and he liked someone else the whole time.
You still put yourself out there.
Even though he liked someone else, that's like, oh, you know, like stab in the heart. But I think the fact that you showed your interest and you were kind and friendly will come back, you know?
Yeah.
Like that leaves a lasting impression on someone. Even if you like someone else now, like it could be in the future that he remembers like you were the one who was kind and made his day that way, you know? So with relationships, it's really important that you keep like a long perspective, especially with people that you like. The things that I do every day to show them what they mean to me, they're gonna remember that for a while.
Right. And there's so many things we do, like maybe hugging, like you say, hugging someone every day for 2 weeks that we might think is just, it's important for us, but we think it's irrelevant for them. It might have a bigger impact on them than you know of. I've had people come up to me and like, there are just random stupid things I do every day that like I've heard some people say before, like I really like it when you do that. So, and that always makes me feel like, oh, thanks. I didn't really know that had much of an effect.
Very complicated. Now I'm single and I feel like love is against me. Yeah, it feels like that sometimes.
Like, hear you, sister. A lot of times you want to put the blame on yourself too. Like, what's wrong with me that's making love be so against me? Sometimes we can look at ourselves and be like, what can I improve on? And a lot of times, like, it's just a matter of circumstances, right? You can do what you can, but there comes to a limit.
I really like one of my classmates, but he's in love with another girl. So again, for this one, it's just kind of like being their friend, and if nothing comes of it, then that's, you know, that's difficult and that'll be hard, but also like showing that continued kindness and interest, they're gonna remember that.
Let's read that one.
Okay.
I am single as a Pringle. Proud.
What's your relationship status?
About that.
And me too.
I'm happily dating the man that convinced me that I was worth more than my ex thought. You found the right one.
Yeah.
You found Mr. Right, and not Mr. Right now.
That's awesome that you were able to see like who really wanted the best for you. I feel like I've seen that a lot with people choosing to be in relationships because it makes them feel good. And just understanding that like you shouldn't be in a relationship just because that person is what makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Like you can't feel good without that person. I only feel beautiful if he tells me that I look beautiful.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's fine to be with someone who like amplifies your happiness.
Yeah.
And makes you like think, oh, I'm really happy around this person. And I think that's the same with relationships, with friendships, with family, everyone really. But it's also important to know that even if I was independent of that person, I can still be happy. Me and my boyfriend have been together for 2 years, and I want to marry him one day.
That's so nice. That's awesome. It's great that you have found someone that means so much to you. Yeah, that's really cool.
That's awesome. We don't even need to give advice. You got it figured out.
Yeah. When I was younger, I always like thought of there being just like one person for me. Like there's one person that is right for me. And I was always like, what if I go to college and that person isn't there? Or like, what if I do this? And then I talked to my dad, and something he said like really stuck with me. It's that it's not always one person. There's like a group of guys that's going to fit with you and your personality, and they're all over the place. Eventually, there is just gonna be one person that you end up marrying, end up loving for the rest of your life, but there's a group. And so after a relationship, or if you feel like I thought this was the one and it's not, like how am I going to find that one person? Like it's not just one person. Like you're going to have other opportunities with other people that work with you, that fit with you and your values and your beliefs. And
that's great. Yeah, no, you're right. Your dad told me that during an art class one time. I think I just put down my clay and was like, you're right. There's hope. One of the things I would emphasize is the fact that it's important to love everyone you can, right? And you might not have like a romantic interest in someone like that, but it's important to make those connections, to bring people together, and you're gonna start seeing qualities in other people that you've never noticed before. Maybe you have a crush on a girl or a guy, right? And you chased after that person for a while, and eventually it turns out this isn't going to work out. Maybe they're not returning the interest, maybe it's something else. But by being around so many other people and having those friendships and relationships, you're gonna start seeing like aspects of people you've never really noticed before, and you're gonna be like, okay, that's really nice, and this is someone who I'm having more of an interest in than I've ever had in my life. It's crazy how things can work out in that way, but it's important to always be proactive in that way. It's important to always maintain those healthy relationships with everyone. And in the end, I think you're just going to see, while still being happy by yourself, you're gonna be happy around a lot of other people too. So
I think another thing that a lot of people struggle with is kind of changing themselves or their standards to fit with the other person and what they want. Don't do that.
Never.
Hold strong to your beliefs and your values, and don't lower those for anyone else. Like, if the person wants to do something further than you want to do, or, you know, if they are involved in things that you don't believe in and don't want to be around, then don't lower yourself to that standard. Don't bring yourself down to try to fit with them. Like, your potential is so much more. Like, you are going to find someone who has the same beliefs and values and will make you feel more loved than that other person could ever, because they're unwilling to respect your values. So make sure you don't lower your own standards for anyone else.
And like, a good principled guy or a good principled girl is far more prepared for a healthy relationship than someone who might have like charisma or someone who's attractive. Like Riley said, if you have those good rooted values, that's such good ground to build something healthy off of. The social part's important too, but you know how it is.
Yeah, don't just be like, oh, he's hot, like,
right.
Like this is gonna be a good relationship. Well, if he like wants to do things that you don't want to do, then like you're not gonna be happy.
Exactly.
So. Thank you guys.
We're insane.
So I hope you enjoyed our expert advice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, expert.
Good stuff.
I love you guys so much. Aiden loves you so much.
You. Ladies, that's for you.
I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope we gave you some good advice. If you have any other like advice you want to leave to people, then make sure to just comment it. Like, say, hey guys, this is what I think.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, just
reach out.
Like,
that's what YouTube's for.
Yeah,
that's what Riley's for, bringing people together.
Yeah.
Look how far we've come.
So guys, make sure you do it. Click the
subscribe.
We will.
Make sure to smash that like button.
Yeah, we've come full circle.
We are here.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. He might see you in the next video.
Maybe we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see you then. I hope you enjoyed. I love you all so much, and I'll see you next time.
Merry
Bye.
Vlogmas!
Bye.
I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, no, no. I'm a rocket man.